Hi all and welcome to the TCM Education third video this morning. We're gonna continue running across the list of 13 stocks and try to figure out how those winning trades performed during yesterday's trading day, and focus on stocks that are not really, are one move and done, where you don't capture it, and that's most likely the fate of those very fast moves. You most likely will miss them. So most of us will miss them because what the timing of being at the right stocks at the right time when it moves up very aggressively in a split second. Even if you're watching the chart, most likely you won't be able to enter the trade if it is moving very fast. So it's running away from you. But there are others that have clear patterns, a clear uptrend, and we're talking about a stock that's in the Robotaxi business, Pony. The name of the company is Pony AI. They develop Robotaxi technologies. Good stuff in for this company is, or good news is that amongst their top institutional holders are Toyota Motors. They own 15% of shares. That's a major car company behind you when you need to compete with monsters like Tesla, like Google, like Uber. It's obviously a plus. So let's take a look now at the chart of Pony and see what are we doing here basically. Let's take a look at basically at the YTD chart, and the stock is very volatile. As you can see, topped 24, nearly 24 in February, dropped 80%, maybe more than 80%. Sorry, then climbed again, then dropped again. So it's super volatile, and that's good for us actually. I mean, it's not a $50 stock. That's only in the teens, but nevertheless it can be, and it is, as you will see, a very good day trading stock. Now let's take a look at what we are really looking at every day, is that intraday chart. Here, as I told you before, on this platform I can see only 1 minute or 3 minutes. For whatever reason I cannot see the 2-minute chart, so I'm using the 3-minute chart. So this is how the stock ended up on our watch list. First of all, a gap up. That means that the stock is in the gainers screeners all over. Basically, anybody that's looking for a gainer in the morning session will observe Pony. So now, where is an entry point? If you observe it very early, most likely most of us will look at 12. If you don't observe it very early, then you see a high, a pullback, and then you want to buy maybe the breakout over the highs, which are, as you can see, 12.45. Let's round things up to 12.50, or on this minor pullback to 12.40. And in this case, you can use I'm rounding things up, 12.10 or 12 as your stop loss. Now this is definitely not the 1% risk reward that we're looking for. So the risk here cannot be 1%, and that's the fate of most teen stocks, because trading a $10 stock with a 10-cent stop loss, it's very tough to figure out most of the time. But you need to elevate and think about the potential versus the risk. And if you are doing the right math, maybe you take less shares. Keep in mind that when on a $20,000 position, this is nearly 1,800 shares. So maybe you take 1,000 shares. Again, this is a matter of personal preference. Having said that, you need to analyze the chart and decide what is your worst case scenario. In this case in this case, I have to say that 12.10 is a reasonable worst case scenario. That's 30 cents. That's nearly 3% of risk, meaning you need 3% just to cover the risk. so it's not an upfront and easy trade. So how this trade basically works: the stock clearly breaks over that resistance level, trades as high as 1330. Let me, yeah, this is 1320 something, 1325. So almost, how much is it? 60 and 85 cents on a 30-cent risk. So that's 3 to 1, right? I'm rounding things up. That's 3 to 1. Then delivers a big pullback. So if you take profits along the way, you're exiting the trade, no question. The only way to stay in this trade until the end of the trading day, if this is your strategy, is to stay with a stop loss at the entry or a couple of cents below, actually a couple of cents below. So if you do it, you have a very nice winner of more than $1 into the close that delivers more than 3 to 1 on this trade. If you, sorry, actually, yeah, pretty much 3 to 1 because there was a minor pullback. But if you take profits after an 80-cent run, and I don't think I can blame anybody, and there is actually an entry point here at 13. So the stock moves from 12.40 to 13 and a quarter, bases here at 13, then drops 13 and comes almost to the entry. So a good exit point would have been here at 13. Let me point it out so it will be clear. Why 13? First of all, because it's a round number, then because it's also a tested level. So that's a partial or a full exit on this trade. The other option is, like I said, to wait at the entry, and then you're getting 20 cents more, which is 1/3 more on your return into the close. So those are the options, and again, depends on your strategy, on your personal preference. The stock is delivering. There's no question about that. So those who believe and are practicing our preferred strategy, which is let the stock run. So the stock is doing its job and nearly closes at the highs of the day. And I don't want to say that it has plenty of continuation power. It does have, but we're talking about day trading and not going to get into swing trading, into partial trading, into adding, because if we're going to expand and move into analyzing a stock with all the options, it will take us an hour to analyze one stock. We're going to spend in front of the chart analyzing, and that's not our purpose. We want to see a lot of trades, a straightforward analysis, and then each trader that observes, you'll do your own adjustment and see where it fits your strategy, where it doesn't fit. I mean, out of 10 traders, 10 will see this trade in with the different entry points, different results, and different logic, and that's fine. So again, if you're looking again at another potential entry point, I have to say that again, looking at support 1260 and entering at 1280 is also feasible. This is how it looks. 1280 entry, and and 1260 support. Not the perfect drawing, but oh my god, the drawing, the charting here is not as great as this stock is this platform is very good, but the charting lacks. Anyway, let's not complain. You can see also the triangle move higher here, which is easily observed again if you're watching. And so 1260, 1280 is a good entry point, 20 cents of risk, and eventually it leads to 2 to 1, maybe I would say 2 to 1, so a 40-cent winner on the 20-cent risk. Keep in mind we're dealing with a thin stock that don't necessarily have they don't necessarily have the best risk reward. Having said that, the stock is a great winner at times, and it was a great winner yesterday. It ended up with a very nice number. If we're going back to the percentage range, I will show it to you in a minute, which is basically our most important number. Hold on a second. This is the percentage range. You can see in Pony, it's basically 16.4. So that's a strong number. Keep in mind, this number is evolving, but once it reaches 10%, it cannot go below. So 16.64 is the max range. So at one point it was maybe 3, then 7, then 10, then came back to 5, but 10 stayed as the maximum range, intraday range. So that's a super important number for us, and we want this number to be as high as possible, because the higher this number, the chances of us into entering a volatile stock that will hopefully buck the trend and deliver for us. And maybe if you enter it, let's say at 10, it evolves to 16, or maybe you enter it at 7, it evolves to 16. That's a 10% add to the intraday range. That's all profits if you are in the trade. Hope it was clear. Okay, so having said that, we're looking at the chart. The number is obviously not enough. We need to look at the chart, and if the chart is doing its job for us, and the timing is of an essence, and of course we need to have the risk reward, and of course we need to have the close at the highs if possible, or we risk managing it. Sometimes the managing it works, sometimes it doesn't. There are no guarantees in stocks, not on the daily chart, definitely not on the intraday chart. So again, we're playing the big numbers game, and we're focusing on the right stocks. And you can see out of 13 stocks, I already showed only 3, and the reason I didn't show Solar Edge and Nanolabs, you're welcome to check those trades yourself and see that those are one-trick ponies that basically there's nothing to learn. And again, there's plenty of money to be made on those stocks if you're doing the right things, but they don't have a lot of learning features built in them, so we're not going to spend time on them. Okay guys, thanks a lot for being with this video as well. Please share this video with your day trading friends, and we'll see you in the next one, which is promised to be the most exciting one today.